So in today's adventure I was away up north and I arrived pretty late due to the long drive, and to speed up my access into the hill I'd brought my mountain bike with me. Now you probably don't need a bike to access this hill, but due to my late start I'd brought one just to quicken things up. After packing my bag and getting the bike ready, it was soon time to, saddle up and get cracked on along the path. And it's a pretty good Land Rover track that takes you into the base along this lovely glen with some nice forestry round about it. I was really enjoying my cycling today. Oh, right. I think this is where I'm going to leave my bike. Hopefully you can see me. Oh man. Yeehaw! So today I'm in it's an area I've never actually been to at all. I've driven past it on the way to places, but never actually come down the glen here and up this kind of less frequented glen. Well, less frequented for hill walkers and hikers, because there's not that many Munros. Well, there's no Munros in this area, and I think this is the only sort of Corbett. So it's quite a quiet area, but it's lovely. I've met a couple of walkers, nice and quiet. As you see, I've had the bike. That's because it's quite late. It's now mid-afternoon actually, and the bike will speed up my progress. It's about a 4 or 5 kilometre walking or cycling along a pretty good, once tarred road. So it's speeded up progress, and it'll certainly speed progress up, but you don't need a bike to get in here really. It's not that far. Anyway, so I can see here, it does say in the description there's a lovely stalker's path. So this is the start of the stalker's path here, and I'm going to go up over to the right here and over the first hill. It's a twin summited hill. First hill, and then the summit's just over there somewhere. So I'm going to stop here, rehydrate, get my poles out, get my walking gear out, and crack on from there. As I mentioned, the path up here, this stalker's path, really was excellent, and I was really enjoying this walk. The colours were just lovely. The heather was starting to come out, and the views were just absolutely perfect. And the path just made the going really quite enjoyable and pleasant. It was really nice. Oh, there's a wee breeze up here, very welcome. And what a wonderful stalker's path. This is I think the estate is the Glencalvie estate. I might be wrong, but that's certainly Glencalvie. I've come up on the bike. It makes the walking so much easier, having a lovely path like this. So it's obviously a well-used stalker's path, so if you're thinking of coming up here in stalking season, it might be worthwhile just checking that there's no stalking going on. But yeah, fantastic, and I can see to the north, just round about here and behind the camera, it's quite cloudy. It's a big weather front further south. In fact, it chucked it down with rain all the way up here. And where I am, so I've already said I'm in Glencalvy, and that sort of is at the end of Strathcarron, which is up in Sutherland. As I said, it's not an area I've been to before, but I tell you what, we are quite far north here, and I didn't realise that until I was just coming up the path here and I was looking out to the north, and I don't know if you'll not be able to make it out in the camera at the moment, but right along there's all these amazing mountains, and I thought, God, I wonder what that is. That looks really, really impressive. Then I said, that looks like, that's Ben Hope. And I thought that one to the right of it, that must be Ben Loyal, because you just recognise them, and that shows you how far north we are. I mean, these hills, past Ben Hope and Ben Loyal, there's not really much there. And I can see sort of over towards the Fiddler, and I think that's Shauna Bray, which is kind of blocking Assynt, but I might get more at the top. But just an absolutely fantastic place. It looks like it's really nice further north, actually. There's blue skies up there, but that would have been an hour or two more in the car. But anyway, I'm high in the path now. I think the path goes pretty much close to near to the summit. I think there's a couple of 100 metres you have to kind of veer off it, but yeah, so far it's fantastic. So I'm gonna get going and get up this lovely, lovely path, and I'll report back to you when I'm near the summit. Oh, right, let's go. Oh, nearly fell over. The Stalker's path winds its way up the mountain, and before too long I could see the summit of the hill I was going up, and it wasn't too far away. And before long I reached the summit trig point, which had a nice wee wind shelter around it, which was required because it was a wee bit breezy on the summit as expected. But I was glad to get up here and sit and have a wee rest. Oh, well, that's me on the summit of the Corbett, and it's called Carn Hunyig. And it's a bit breezy and a bit colder up here. I was quite lucky. When I was coming up the side I came up, it was in the lee of the wind, so there wasn't much of a breeze until I got a bit higher up. But it's wonderful. We get great views. I can see right over to the eastern, I can see the North Sea. I don't know if it's the Bewley Firth, I think it is. And then right up the coast, and as I said earlier, right to the north coast, and Ben Cleabrick and Ben Loyal, Ben Hope, and then right round to the hills of Assynt, Culmore, Culbeg, Sullivan, Canis, all these ones. It's a fantastic viewpoint. And over sort of to the southwest, I suppose, is Ben Wyvis. Although that way the views aren't so good. That's where the incoming weather's coming from. I can see there's a few showers coming in, so I'm not going to loiter here. But yeah, well, I'm really pleasantly surprised at how fantastic this hill is. A great walk. And what a viewpoint! It's quite an isolated hill. Sits higher than the rest round about it. It's lovely. You can see sort of all different types of mountain landscapes up here. So I once again I can highly recommend Carn Hunyig. It's Hunyig, I think it's pronounced Carn Hunyig. Absolutely fantastic wee mountain. You know, that's one of the things I was going to talk about is bagging hills. This is the first new Corbett that I haven't been up for probably over a year. And there are pros and cons to it. Some people get a bit, oh yeah, you shouldn't be bagging. But you know what, I go through spells of being a bagger and other times just getting out and about. And one of the advantages of being a bagger is I've come to bag this and I had no expectations of it. I kind of thought it'd be just a kind of rolling, maybe, can you call it hill dull? I don't know, but yes, the beauty of bagging, it takes you to areas that you might not consider, which is a real advantage. And you know, everyone starts off somewhere, and I've no shame in saying the first 5 or 6 years I was hill walking, I was a Monroe bagger, and I was bagged. I wouldn't go up a hill that I hadn't been up before. That's how bad it was. I don't have that ethos anymore, but yeah, I think there's a lot to be said to it, and it gets a lot of people into hill walking. So, but fantastic. So that's another one bagged, and yeah, I'm not going to hang around too long. As I said, The weather is incoming from the Ben Wyvis area, so I'm going to get a wee bite to eat here, a wee drink, and about turn I'm just going to head straight down back to the bike and get back to the car. Fantastic though. After enjoying the views from the summit, it was time to move on because that weather was starting to come in from the southwest, and I descended sort of more directly down the hill. I didn't take the stalker's path, and I was soon back at the base of the hill and where I'd stashed my bike. Having got my bike and my gear back together, this was the part where the bike came into its own, and it was almost a freewheel all the way back down and across that old bridge at Glencalvie Lodge, and soon I was back in the car. What another fine adventure, and I can't recommend this Corbett enough. If you've got time to go up it, yeah, go up it and enjoy those views. Absolutely fantastic.